Hi there. I'm trying to catch up on a little bit of yard work, but it looks like last night's rain is starting to come. Oops, that's a little crooked. Starting to come now, so I don't know how much more of the yard work I'm going to get done. But it made me think of a project that I want to start, and I'm going to create my own playlist for that project, but it's going to be real slow because it's just a spare time, and as the idea hits me or the motivation. Sometimes big projects and me take forever. But a few years back ago, and I'll show you here in a little bit, I built a little brake drum forge. It's not the greatest, and I rested it on concrete blocks, which I found out is not the best for hammering on. So it's not really all that stable. So there's a little shed behind me, and I'll show you that too, which is a piece of crap. It leaks. I've pretty much hated that thing since the day we brought it home and my dad and I assembled it. That sometimes is an interesting dynamic too. So anyhow, I need to free up the space where the shed is, so I'm thinking about taking that down, and instead of just throwing it away, being that it's not really something I care a lot about, but it's still a structure. I thought about moving it elsewhere, reassembling it, maybe better so I don't leak as much, and use it for my forge. So let me spin the camera around and stuff, and let me show you what I'm talking about. I've got this shed here. A little collection of stuff, really. The old bumpers off my Jeep, some steel framing. I've got a few other some old lawnmower blades and stuff that people have donated to me. Some more brake drums. But I thought about taking this shed here, which I'm going to see if I can't get over the roof. See, it's a little on the rusted side, mostly probably from tree sap sitting on it, and moving it on down. Pardon me while we go for a walk. I thought about moving it kind of down here in this little green patch, which is sloping in two different directions, so I'm going to have to build a foundation for that. If you look real closely, I've got a couple little small all-thread stakes here, one there, and one beyond that little tree, and another one here, which was a spot I had originally thought out for building a workshop, and the funds dried up, and I'm not going to get that done, especially this year, seeing as I'm not employed. Here is my little forge, which the ground settled on. Just a small, it's really not a brake drum as much as it is the front rotors off my Jeep, but it works. I've got a couple other little things that I've made. The one I'm most proud of is a little fork, just a 2-tine fork. I'll see if I can't put a picture of that up in the corner someplace. One thing that I've always wanted to learn how to do is some basic blacksmithing and stuff. I also want to learn how to weld. I don't know how at the moment, but anyhow, I was teaching myself a couple weeks back ago some basic blacksmithing stuff, and this is what the first item that I have ever blacksmithed. So it was a small piece of rebar, and I've turned it into just a little 2-prong fork. So anyhow, that is my my first blacksmithing item, and so that is that. And I guess it's going to work okay. It's working at the moment. I just don't want to scratch up my iron too much, but and what I was using as a hammering anvil, and as you can see, hammering on the steel plate on top of concrete blocks did not work out. So somewhere right in this area I thought about building a little foundation and putting that building in there. Maybe get like on the top of the house there a little pass-through stovepipe thing, so I can not smoke myself out with the fire inside the building, but give me a place to go when I'm spending too much time in the house. Okay, so there's the rain. House looks nice now that we pressure washed it, doesn't it? Okay, so I just wanted to quickly mention that while I was thinking about it. Oh, I take that back. One more thing. Okay, so I've got these. Pretty much the tongues from the house when they first delivered them, and they've just done nothing but sat there for the last 15 years. So I thought about once what I'll do is put one of them inside and then build the building around it. I can maybe use it as a work surface and put the forge and everything in kind of in that, and give me a tabletop also. Just some of the thoughts that popped into my head as I'm cleaning up and trying to think of what to do with most of my junk. So again, I don't have any time frame on this project. It's just going to be as little pieces fall into play and my motivation. So I'm just going to ask that you just keep an eye out for the title, maybe check the playlist itself and see how I come along with things, and just be looking out for more things. Okay, thank you, and we'll see you again next time.